Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. So it's a wonderful occasion. Welcome to the commencement ceremony for the Bachelor of Science degree recipients in the Pratt School of Engineering. First, I'd like to recognize our wonderful, wonderful graduates in the class of 2019. Would you all please stand so your friends and family can acknowledge your success? It is a special moment. Have a seat, please. Next, would all the parents, brothers, sisters, grandparents, partners, family, and friends stand and be recognized for the roles you've played in the success of our graduate students? All the sacrifices you've made and the help you've given is apparent today, and I'm sure will be appreciated for a long time. Finally, it's Mother's Day. Let's recognize all those who've played this role in our graduates' lives, and because it's a doubly special day. And I know I wouldn't be here but for my mother and what she was able to do for me, nor would I be here but for my wonderful wife and partner, who's a wonderful mother to our two children. So let's recognize all the mothers in the audience, please. And I would be remiss if I didn't recognize the amazing faculty, staff, administrators, students, mentors here, and I have a sampling of some here. Let's recognize our faculty. So it's a real pleasure to be here at Cameron. This is a legendary place, as you know. There are banners hanging. It's a symbol of excellence in many, many ways. And it's a special pleasure for us at Pratt to have this ceremony here. The one nice thing is that I know engineering is a tough major. It's a tough path sometimes, but the good news is I hope all your shoes are intact and didn't break any coming in on this path. And also, we didn't have to tent for those of you who know what that means to come in here, so that's a good thing. But seriously, I'd like to say, on behalf of all the faculty and all of your mentors, we are very, very proud of you. This has been an amazing journey for you, and I couldn't be prouder. I really, really mean this. You've completed perhaps the most rigorous course of study available at Duke, and thanks to your hard work and perseverance, this ceremony is one of those that admits you to one of the finest professions in the world, engineering. And engineering is not just about math and science. It's about solving hard problems, whether it is in computing, environment or energy, health. You are some of the best equipped people in today's world, and I'm really, really proud of you. From this year, you probably have fond memories looking back on your senior year and your entire stay at Pratt. And it was a fantastic year, actually, for Pratt as a whole and for Duke Engineering. To give you just a couple of examples, there were some amazing displays of inspired and creative entrepreneurship, design, and problem-solving skills. Some of you came up with this amazing idea. For example, some of you used concentrated solar energy to combine two greenhouse gases to actually make a high-energy fuel. That's pretty remarkable. I know some of you used 3D printing to save a certain quarterback's career. I see folks in the audience here, and that was remarkable because I think Daniel Jones is probably the highest drafted quarterback in Duke history. Wouldn't be possible but for your help. Really remarkable things. You also invented an inexpensive open source marine animal tag to encourage research on the many species of marine life that we have. Just a few examples of the amazing things you've done. It was also a year there were multiple trips to Bolivia, Uganda, Madagascar, Peru, Costa Rica, and many other places around the globe to build bridges, create new water supply systems, test new devices to screen for cancer, amongst many other projects. It was also a year that brought significant honors to many of you. To name a few, your class includes one of the 34 US recipients of this year's Gates Cambridge Scholarship. You are first Duke Engineering Marshall Scholar since 2011, and members of our Duke Electric Vehicles team set the Guinness World Record last summer for engineering the most fuel-efficient vehicle in the history of mankind. So it's just remarkable things. And for all your accolades, you also had the energy to complete double majors, certificates, Pratt Research Fellowships, Grand Challenge Scholarships, community outreach work, and tent for the UNC game, enjoy e-social, dance at e-ball, and enjoy e-picnic with your fellow engineers. So that's for a balanced life, you know. And most important of all, you've met some of the most amazing people on the entire planet as a part of your class, as a part of Duke, and you yourself have shaped what we've become today at Duke Engineering. So you have contributed to changing who we've become. To me, the experiences you've had here, indeed the experiences of all of our students, faculty, staff, alumni, and friends that make up our community, empower us in a special way. And the question is, what is this power for? And I'd like to suggest that it empowers us, if we so choose, to have what we call outrageous ambition. And outrageous ambition that is not cocky. It's outrageous ambition that is coupled with sort of a quiet determination, fueled by confidence, and with some purpose. Then you may ask me, why do we need outrageous ambition? And I think the world needs outrageous ambition to fearlessly confront climate change, to cure cancer, to start the next Google perhaps, or to have the courage to help a community that needs help when nobody is watching. It needs individuals and teams who are unafraid to make the world better, who don't wait for others to act to invent a new way. And that's outrageous ambition. So my fellow Duke engineers, in learning, in research, in entrepreneurship, and in service, let's commit to believing and knowing that we are outrageously ambitious, not because we seek glory, but because we care about the world that we live in. You are Duke graduates, and you already have bragging rights for the rest of your life. Given that you sit here today at this amazing inflection point, where the past and the present meet, and you're propelled for success, I'd like to reflect a little bit today, if you'll indulge me, about the world that you're stepping into. What should we think about this world that you're stepping into? How should we analyze it as engineers and perceive it from a Duke perspective? And since I say perception, if you'll indulge me, I'm a biomedical engineer myself, I'll share with you a little bit about how we see. And I mean really see with our eyes. It turns out there are a couple of sensors in our eyes. There are rods and cones. The rods are your sensors for low light, and your cones are the sensors in our eye when you see there's a little bit more light. When there's low light, those of you who are perceptive will notice that the world is in black and white. And when there's a little bit more light, your cones kick in, and you can see the world in some color, and its richness and nuance. I can't help but think that we live in a world where we're divided into camps and tribes, the left and the right, the white and the blank, the native and the immigrant. And amongst the immigrants, those who came before and those who came recently. A stark world where there are alarmingly many, in my humble opinion, who would like us to define ourselves and the world by these identities, to use, in my thought, only a rod vision, to see the world in stark black and white. A world that is devoid of nuance, of cone vision, as I say. But in each of us, I believe, there is so much more than the stereotype of our identities of race, ethnicity, or gender. Each of us has nuance. Each of us has complexity. And perhaps it is this complexity that defines our common humanity. It is my fervent hope that in the last 4 years, the people you've met, the knowledge you've gained, the experiences you've shared, and the friendships you've made, all have increased the light in your world. and that today you see the world much, much more with your cone vision, that you see color, nuance, and shades in between. Going back to the world that you're entering, I can't help but wonder that if there is an entire world out there that is not trained like you are to use its cone vision, and that there are a cynical few who want to create the impression that the world is actually black and white, that the world is devoid of nuance and richness. In such a world, I can't help think that we must not only continue to use our cone vision and to see the subtle and beautiful hues of humanity, we also have the responsibility to speak up, shine the light, and help others see the world that we see. Seeing nuance and subtlety in the world does not mean for 1 second that one does not take principled stances or that one is not driven by purpose. You are Duke engineers. You are born to invent, innovate, and create a better world for us. But please let us remember that those who disagree with us, those who may not help, they're not our enemy. They may be driven by a different experience. They may just live in a world and that is different from their experience. Or maybe, just maybe, the situation could use a little bit more light. And maybe, just maybe, you could be that light. So speaking of light, today, it may seem like you're leaving the warm sun that we call Duke. Or maybe like sunlight, you're taking Duke engineering and Duke with you to a new place. Whatever corner of the world you go to, go make that world a little bit sunnier, a little bit more colorful and vibrant with your knowledge, wisdom, and action. And know that the warmth of Duke will always be with you, rooting for your success. So my friends, go change the world, make it brighter, more colorful. Congratulations, class of 2019. Next, I'd like to introduce our ESG Senior Class President, Jack Thomas Myhre.
My fellow Pratt stars, we've did it. I must say, it's pretty weird looking out and seeing a bunch of students here sitting with their hands folded, kind of dozing off, instead of decked out in Duke blue, screaming at the top of your lungs and faces caked in paint. That being said, I'm glad I'm speaking in front of you guys and not your slightly militant and heckling alter egos. Honestly, I struggled to write this speech for 2 reasons. Firstly, as an engineer, as you all know, I have the vocabulary and linguistic prose of a slightly advanced middle schooler. And second, all of you have sat through enough graduations and inspirational speeches to at least equal the length of one of our dynamics lab reports. So at this point, there really isn't anything new that I could say to you that you haven't already heard. However, if there's one thing I've learned from my 4 years of college, it's that we forget everything that we've learned the day after our last exam. So I'm banking on all those other speeches being long gone from your memory. So please bear with me for a couple minutes. Primarily, I want to say congratulations. You've made it through, and in high school, college was pitched as one nonstop run of parties and darties and formals, with brief interludes to the classroom to engage in intellectual repartee with world-renowned professors who would challenge our worldview by quoting Kant and Aristotle. And then, once we got here, we were told that it was supposed to be a breakneck 4 years, and that we were supposed to make lifelong friends, we were supposed to ace our classes, find life-defining internships over the summers, and be actively involved in at least 47 different clubs and 10 different fraternities or sororities, and cure cancer as our independent study. However, in truth, while riding a unicycle on a tightrope. In this time, in these past 4 years, we've slept outside for months. We thought about switching to Trinity at least 100 times. We've spent innumerable nights, sleepless nights in Hudson and Tier, and we've even had a few actual fires. Shout out Randolph freshman year. But All of us here managed to cross the finish line with minimal burns and most of our limbs intact. So let's look back and let's acknowledge the beauty of a moment of completion. Our shortcomings and disappointments were real, and that's life. We don't pretend our Duke experience was a highlight reel of unadulterated triumph, but we do take this transitional moment to affirm the foundational good of this opportunity, this education, these friends, and this progress in becoming who we will be for life. For some of us, this celebration is tinged with grief and regret, but it gives us both a reason to be proud of our effort and thankful that our reward is even greater than we deserve. College graduation is a celebration of 16 years of hard work and sacrifice, not just ours, but our families as well. So join me in thanking our mothers, our fathers, and all the others that invested in us with their time and their money and their emotions. Let us thank our mentors for giving us counsel, our friends for lending a sympathetic ear, our siblings for challenging us to push ourselves, and our grandparents for believing we are far better people than we could ever be. Our success does not belong only to us and our immediate families, but rather to the community that has propped us up along the way. Don't be afraid to let that community hear our gratitude and share in our joy. Because when the rush of our relief and the wildness of our festivities start to settle tomorrow and over the next week, I hope we will also reflect on another truth, that we are fortunate to be here. I grew up in a tropical village on the far western side of Uganda, in a place that was both figuratively and literally the end of the road. It was about 4 hours to the nearest post office and about 9 hours to the nearest city that had luxuries like a movie theater or ice cream or a bookstore. And my childhood was spent playing soccer and picking mangoes with friends that were just as smart as I was and have worked a fair bit harder than I have since that point. But what separates us in our educational journey is not our talent so much as the opportunities that were available to me. The consistent nutrition, the limitless books, the parental guidance that led me to one of the best universities in the world. Your stories, no doubt, involve similar moments of grace when you have received more than your share of openings. But now that we are here and we are done at Duke, what do we do with that disparity? Do we feel guilty? Perhaps, if what we receive stops with us. But I propose that instead of guilt, we embrace responsibility. Let us consider today that our goal in life can be much greater than simply financial gain, comfort, and security. As we move out from Cameron in a few minutes, let us rather entertain the possibility that we are called to be a healing force in this world. What if our value is not measured in the size of our paychecks, but instead by our impact on others? What if we come back here in 20 years and the stories we tell each other are not of houses or vacations or portfolios or awards, but of how we have invested in the common good? Because each and every one of us can change the world. Contrary to the popular image of an outstanding lone engineer whose brilliance changes the course of history, the world doesn't often change due to a single invention or person. There's no team of superheroes that will sweep in to fix our problems. The world changes when people like you and me choose kindness over greed, and the needs of others are put before our own. When we collaborate and when we sacrifice. We have been left with the increasingly alarming results of centuries of environmental and social mismanagement. It shouldn't be our responsibility to fix it, but if we don't, no one will. Growing up, I used to gaze up at the mountains above us, at these massive glaciers that capped the Ruwenzori's. Equatorial snow was visible from our rainforest valley. But now, those glaciers are almost gone. Just in the past 15 years, many of the summits have become unpassable due to the glacial disappearance. The news cycles switch in between tragic shootings, environmental disasters, and political unrest. And yet, when I look out at this room, I see a glimmer of hope amidst the tragedy. I see over 300 of us equipped to fight injustice and fear. I see women and men ready to meet the world head-on, prepared to struggle for what is right, capable of looking beyond our own interests and further than our own lifespans. I see a group of friends whose hearts can keep pace with our minds, whose innovations will be guided by this responsibility for vulnerable people and places, and not just by personal and national promotion. I look out and I see engineers who will defend the weak, who will look after the needy, and who will sacrifice whatever is necessary to do so. I believe in you, and your professors and your parents believe in you, and all of your peers believe in you. So let's do this. Thank you.
Thank you, Jack. That was inspiring. Let's do this. So, before we start the presentation of the diplomas, our Pratt faculty will present the distinguished awards that are noted in your programs. We ask that the graduates listed in the program from the various departmental awards please proceed to the stage before your names are called to help speed up the process a bit. I have the pleasure and honor of presenting the first award. The Walter J. Seeley Scholastic Award is presented annually by the engineering student government to the members of the graduating class of the school who have achieved the highest scholastic average in all subjects and who have shown diligence in the pursuit of an engineering education. The award was initiated to honor the spirit of academic excellence and professional diligence demonstrated by the late Dean Walter J. Seeley. The ESG, as it's affectionately called, hopes that this award will serve as a symbol of the man and the ideals for which he stood. This year's recipients are Daniel Boyd, Madeline Fitch Rare, Courtney Adams Montgomery, Neil Krishna Prabhu, all right, let me see. So I think I get back here. So we're turning things over.
The Otto Myhre Jr. Tau Beta Pi Award is presented in recognition of Dr. Myhre's leadership in establishing the North Carolina Gamma Chapter on January 10, 1948, and his continuous service until April 19, 1975 as chapter advisor. This award is given annually to the graduating Tau Beta Pi member who symbolizes best the distinguished scholarship and exemplary character required for membership. This year, the Otto Myhre Jr. Award goes to Nathan William Watson.
The Pratt School of Engineering Student Service Award, established in 1978, is given to the graduating seniors who, by contributions of time, effort, and spirit, have significantly benefited the community of the School of Engineering. This year's recipients are Benjamin Quimby Jackson, and Tracy Liu.
The Da Vinci Award is presented to the biomedical engineering senior or seniors with the most outstanding academic record as determined by a faculty committee. The award commemorates the contribution of Leonardo da Vinci in laying the foundations of the mechanistic study of human life. This year's recipient is Neil Krishna Prabhu. Don't go too far. The Helmholtz Award is given to graduating seniors who present the best research projects, as judged by the departmental faculty. The award commemorates the work of Hermann von Helmholtz in laying the foundation of biomedical engineering, and this year's recipient is Neil Krishna Prabhu. Okay, the Edward D. Ned Light Memorial Award is given to the Pratt Fellow in BME for the project with the best engineering design as judged by a faculty committee. It was established in 2012 in memory of Ned Light, who worked for 22 years at Duke, pioneering research in real-time 3D ultrasound imaging and mentoring a host of undergraduate students both in the lab and in life skills. This year's recipient is Stephen Hsu.
The Theo C. Pilkington Memorial Award was established in 1993 by the Whitaker Foundation as an endowment award in the memory of Theo C. Pilkington, founding chairman of the Department of Biomedical Engineering at Duke University. The recipient is selected at the end of junior year, and the award is given in recognition of outstanding perseverance and accomplishment in the study of biomedical engineering. This year's recipient is Olivia Rose Gwynn.
The ASCE Outstanding Senior Prize is presented annually by the North Carolina section of ASCE to a graduating civil or environmental engineering senior in recognition of an exceptional positive impact on the student chapter as well as scholastic record. This year's recipient is Courtney Montgomery. The William Brewster Snow Environmental Engineering Award, established in 1979, is presented annually to the senior who has demonstrated academic excellence, interest, and enthusiasm in the study of environmental engineering. This year's recipient is Charles Perlman. The Aubrey Palmer Award, established in 1980, is presented annually to a civil or environmental engineering senior or seniors in recognition of outstanding academic achievement. Selection is made by the faculty of the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering. This year's recipients are Daniel Bowie, Courtney Montgomery, and Marina Smalling. The Eric Poss Award, established in 1998 in memory of Dr. Eric Poss, former Director of Undergraduate Studies in Civil and Environmental Engineering, is presented to the graduating civil or environmental engineering senior or seniors judged by the faculty to have conducted the most outstanding independent study project. This year's recipients are Elizabeth Griffin and Emma Palmer.
The David Randall Fuller Prize for Achievement in Electrical and Computer Engineering is presented annually to the graduating senior who has shown the most improvement in academic performance over the first 3 years. This year's recipient is Michael Scruggs. The George Sherrod III Memorial Award in Electrical and Computer Engineering is awarded annually to the senior in electrical and computer engineering who, in the opinion of the electrical and computer engineering faculty, has attained the highest level of scholastic achievement in all subjects and simultaneously has rendered significant service to the School of Engineering and the university at large. The award was established in 1958 by the parents of George Sherrod III, a graduate of the class of 1955, to recognize outstanding undergraduate scholarship. This year's recipient is Nathaniel Brook. The Charles Ernest Seeger Memorial Award recognizes the most outstanding undergraduate research project and presentation as judged by the faculty in electrical and computer engineering as part of the Graduation with Distinction presentation session. The award was established in 1958 by the widow and friends of Charles Ernest Seeger, a graduate of the class of 1955. This year's recipients are Madeline Fitzbriere and Madhavi Rajiv. The Charles Rowe Vail Memorial Outstanding Undergraduate Teaching Award, established in 1997 by former students and colleagues of Charles Vail, a graduate of the class of 1937, professor from 1939 until 1967, and chair of the Department of Electrical Engineering from 1956 until 1964, recognizes the most outstanding undergraduate teaching assistant in the Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering. This year's recipient is Chance Feeding.
The Pi Tau Sigma Scholarship Award in memory of T.C. Hayward Sr. is presented annually by Pi Tau Sigma to an outstanding senior in mechanical engineering at Duke University. Selection is based on academic excellence, engineering ability, and leadership, and is chosen by a committee of the engineering faculty. This year's recipient is William Allen Willis III.
The Mechanical Engineering and Material Science Faculty Award is presented annually in recognition of academic excellence to the graduating mechanical engineering senior who has attained the highest level of scholastic achievement as determined by the faculty. This year's recipient is Shomik Verma.
Okay, for the first time we're adding something new here, so BME Design Fellows, please wake up. Let me introduce the students who are selected as first semester juniors to participate in a brand new program designed to be focused on design skills and industry preparedness, our BME Design Fellows. The BME Design Fellows, please stand up. We have 13 of them. Wonderful. These students have performed nearly 2 years of coursework in their chosen design project under the guidance of their Pratt Design instructor during the academic year, and were specially paired with an industry internship over the summer. The BME Design Fellows have produced outstanding design projects and are competing in numerous national design competitions. They have won many renowned scholarships and fellowships and have accepted prestigious positions at graduate schools, medical schools, and in industry. Some of them already have gone on to start companies. So congratulations, Design Fellows. Okay, now we move on to graduation with departmental distinction. Graduation with distinction is awarded to the students who, in the opinion of their departments and of special committees of the faculty, have demonstrated exceptional achievement in the areas of their special interest by conducting independent research and/or study, culminating in a distinguished piece of writing. For biomedical engineering, please stand as I call your name. Rebecca Michelle Cohen, Chance Fleeting, Andrew Kelleher, John Everett Knudsen, Kendall Ward Liang, Marisha Sig Mudria, Olivia Georgiana Nillison, Neil Krishna Prabhu, Elizabeth Louise Snyder Mounts, Ashish Vankara, Thomas Andrew Vincent, Stephen Shu, Eileen Yang, Ryan Joseph Zarega. Congratulations.
Graduation with departmental distinction is an honor earned by civil and environmental engineering students who have attained a high level of academic achievement, conducted an independent study project, been assessed by a faculty committee to have written a publication quality research paper, and professionally presented their work before an audience of faculty and peers. I ask that these distinguished civil and environmental engineering graduates stand as I call their name to be recognized. Monica Daria. Remy Frere. Elizabeth Griffin. Emma Palmer. Haley Previtt. And Marina Smalling. Congratulations.
Graduation with distinction in electrical and computer engineering is awarded to students who have achieved outstanding academic performance and have completed a faculty-supervised independent research project in their senior year. The significance of this project has been demonstrated in a formal written report and defended in an oral presentation before a committee of faculty members. Please stand when I call your name to be recognized. Madeline Briere. Nathaniel Brook. Jerry Chen. Madhavi Rajiv. Aditya Sridhar. And Benjamin Welton. Congratulations.
Graduation with departmental distinction in mechanical engineering is awarded to students who have shown scholastic excellence with an emphasis on academic research of outstanding quality, demonstrated through independent studies, an oral presentation, and a research paper. I ask the recipients to stand in place when I call their names. Emilia Hojkiewicz. Reed Lebonma. Patang Mohapi. Joshua Nugent. Anthony Paul. Savini Premathilikar. Aaron Simons. Shomik Verma. William Willis III. Congratulations.
Congratulations to all the award winners. I'd like to recognize two special programs that are unique and define Pratt. First, I'd like to introduce students who were selected as first semester juniors to participate in one of the most intense, rigorous research programs of any of the universities in our country, our Pratt Research Fellows. Pratt Fellows, please stand. These students have performed nearly 2 years of research in their chosen project under the guidance of a Pratt faculty advisor during both the academic year and the summer. Pratt Fellows have produced outstanding research accomplishments, numerous publications, presentations at national conferences, and even patents. They have won many renowned scholarships and fellowships and have been accepted to prestigious positions at graduate schools, medical schools, MD, PhD programs, and in industry. Congratulations. Second, I have the privilege to present to you a landmark program endorsed by the National Academy of Engineering designed to prepare students to be the next generation of problem solvers to the world's grand challenges. I'd like to present to you the graduating class of the Katsulias NAE Grand Challenge Scholars Program. As I call your name, will each student please stand and remain standing? Emilia Chokitwitz. Monica Daria. Yosong Fang. Vishnu Teja Gotiparthi. Elizabeth Griffin. Era Kurtalyaj. Tracy Liu. Marisha Sai Madhiri. Emma Joy Palmer. Shomik Verma. Cassandra Williams and Tyler Yan. These Katsulia's NAE Grand Challenge Scholars have taken part in a multi-component program that includes research, practical experience, multidisciplinary curriculum, and participation in entrepreneurship, a global dimension, as well as a service component, all focused on one of the 14 grand challenges defined by the National Academy of Engineering. They have each earned this designation as an NAE Grand Challenge Scholar, and they'll be mentioned on their official Duke transcript. In addition, each student will receive a letter of congratulations personally signed by Dr. Dan Mort, President of the National Academy of Engineering. Congratulations to our NAE Grand Challenge Scholars.
Okay, the moment you've all been waiting for, the diplomas. Everybody ready? Chad Michael Coviel. Minna Elizabeth Ann Mungakar. Chad Patrick Raffetto. Salo Emil Abraham Bandel. Mitchell Z. Abrams. Ferris Mayer Alberguthi. Zachary Amir Alhamra. Gustavo Andrade. Victoria Bryce Andrews. Sakura Inen Yoshihara. Manav Avlani. Kyle Raymond Bear. Matthew Edward Barbano. Michael Robert Barone. Nicholas Andrew Barra. Ryan Michael Bergamini. Mitchell Reed Berger. William Meyer Berger. Daniel Victor Burnt. David Adam Betancourt. Allison Grace Binkley. Sarah Nicole Blau. Alexander Harry Blumenstock. Daniel Kai Shang Boy. Mitchell Jacob Wagner. Raj Kumar Bora. Ioana Borla. Madeline Fitch Briere. Nathaniel Emerson Brook. Clark H. Bullitt. Eva Miriam Catillan. Jerry D. Chen. Kevin Bell Chen. Xingyu Chen. Amy Branda Cheng. Emilia Natalia Hojkovic. Jack Patillo Cohen. Rebecca Michelle Cohen. W. Reed Cohn LaBeaumont. Elaine Meredith Cox. Alexander Gregory Culbert. Brandon Keeley Dalla Rosa. Rohit Vijay Das. Adam Matthew Davidovich. Noah Benjamin Davis. Paige Caroline Detweiler. Monica Daria. Satchel Sharif Dillon. Matthew D. Dixon. Rory O'Malley Corrigan Dearman. Zui Dighai. Wei Yi Ding. Summer Doruk Dogene. Marissa Grace Kennard Donadio. Patrick Harrison Donley. Christiana Lee Elbert. Audrey Marie Ellis. Cameron David Esses. Griffin Banks Fairchuck. Tala Fadi Fakuri. David Jackson Falkenberry. Yuan Song Feng. Shihan Feng. David Alexander Fenves Dunn. Elise O'Neill Fernandez. Logan Cade Fettis. Kyle William Fink. Jason Noble Fischel. Edward Leo Fisher, Jr. John Craig Fitzpatrick. Chance Robert Taylor Fleeting. Remy Minkler Frere. Donald James Gage. Nicholas Robert Garda. Harshal Garg. Sujay Sai Garlanka. Kevin Andrew Gessman. Billy James Gist. Robert John Gatow. Gregory Harrison Goldman. Vishnu Taja Gathiparty. Daniel James Green. Elizabeth Rose Griffin. Amanda Grace Gross. Catherine Guo. Neil Anand Gupta. Matthew Dennis Guptill. Olivia Rose Gwynn. Chase Garrett Hahn. Grant Matthew Haskins. Ritwik Shashank Hedda. Nipin Philina Haywagay. Derek Stephen Hill. Ethan Ho. Danielle Christina Holt. Melissa Ray Horowitz. Edward Shee. Natalie Cecil Huffman. Gordon Huynh. Zainab Ada Enan. Benjamin Quimby Jackson. Jin O. Jung. Connor Matthew Johnson. Darius Benjamin Jonash. Garrett Stewart Jones. Joseph Frederick Kaiser. Jinsa Michael Gong. Nicola Cardus. Andrew Kelleher. Siddharth Kethireddy. Samir Khan. Jem Killick. Chun Ho Kim. Doi Young Kim. Hyung Suk Kim. Heron Kim. Tyler Ethan King. John Everett Knutson. Kenneth Elman Cook IV. Michelle Finley Krogius. Era Cortalii. Ryan Youngjae Kwan. Lauren Elise Langford. Brett Ladaro. Lisbeth Lipo. Andres Felipe Lebos Hapji. Isabella Leon. Colin Patrick Leonard. Isabella Maria Latorno. Howard Lee. Kelsey Yuen Jia Lee. Martin Lee. Kendall Ward Liang. Elliot X. Lin. Benjamin Lind. Samuel Liu. Serena Wei Liu. Zachary Liu. Zahoy Liu. Eric David Lorenzana Saldivar. Jasmine Liang Liu. Tracy Liu. Thomas Yulang Luo. Cheng Liu. Marisha Sai Mahira. Vidor Malhotra. Barrett Manfree. Ryan Garrett Mann. Mackenzie Lynn Marquise. Leora Mazumdar. Zoe McGrady. Zachary Robert McKenzie. Hunter Patrick McNamara. Tyler Joseph Meathy. Avni A. Mehta. Sahil Mehta. Ryan Deacon Mariner. Ashley Elizabeth Muser. Oren Simon Misrahi. Morton Ma. Bataang Moses Mahapai. Nicole Catherine Molino. Courtney Annalie Adams Montgomery. Samantha Amani Moon. Jacob Thomas Mullet. Rachel Elizabeth Murtaugh. John Connor Myers. Jack Thomas Myhre. Deepthi Nacharaju. Narendran Narasimhan. Andres Enrique Nazario. Ngani Justin Ndlala. Adarsh Nalor. Madeline Rose Nelson. Claire E. Niederreiter. Olivia Georgiana Nillison. Riley John Nisbet. Claire Kathleen North. Joshua Michael Nugent. Marcus Luke Ertl. Michael Hubbard Ortiz. Madden Edward Osei. Joshua Phillips O'Shawney. Emma Joy Jin Palmer. Rachel Allison Parobi. Dhruv Ketan Patel. Soham Manhar Patel. Anthony Paul. Charles Benjamin Perlman. Laura Perez. Dylan Leo Peters. Gideon Andrew Pfeffer. Elizabeth Ashley Ferris. Juan Antonio Felipe. Sabrina Faye Pogravitsky. Ryan Joseph Pond. Michael Joseph Pastiglione. Brandon Gabriel Powers. Neil Krishna Prabhu. Hunter Samuel Prangy. Savini Lisha Premathilakar. Haley Brooke Pravet. Noah Christian Pritt. Sarah Elizabeth Proctor. Shavani Divyesh Purohit. Mathavi Rajiv. Ankit Rastogi. Advait A. Reddy. Samuel Noah Reef. Eric Peyton Wright. Eric Vigo Reese. Hale Harrison Rogers. Faith Alexandra Rodriguez. Richard Han Ruiz. Alexander Goranson Salas. Uriel Salazar Angelini. Judith Sanchez Soriano. Jonah Javier Santiago. Riley Davis Satterfield. Zachary David Schad. Michael Todd Scruggs. Carly Alexandra Seaman. James Allen Shackford. Sharia Shankar. Vinith Sharma. Meredith Catherine Short. Christopher Vaughn Sides. Erin Marie Simons. Sharia Singh. Marina Carolyn Smalling. Owen Forrest Smith. Elizabeth Louise Snyder-Mounts. Aditya Sridhar. Nicholas Scott Steenwijk. James Edward Stevens III. Marshall Boyd Strickland. Bilal Youssef Taher. Colin Tai. Helen Tan. Brittany Blondell Thomas. Corinne Lynn Tracy. David Wong Tran. Kwong Alonzo Tejo Mora. Catherine Marie Van Dyke. Ashish Vankara. Juan Carlos Velasquez. Catherine Victoria Vera. Shomik Verma. Samantha Nicole Villalobos. Thomas Andrew Vincent. Stephanie Vukailovic. Nicholas Albert Van Dyke Wainwright. Alexandra Brooke Walker. Emily Catherine Walker. Justin Tingwan Wong. Michael Wong. Nathan William Watson. Drew Kimball Webster. Benjamin Richard Welton. Mackenzie Lou Wilborn. Cassandra Vishnevsky Williams. Cole Preston Williams. Elizabeth Ann Williams. William Allen Willis III. Austin Gregory Wyndham. Michelle Elise Wolf. Megan Kit Yi Wong. Kayla Wright Freeman. Jeffrey Samuel Wubenhorst. William Wang Xiong. Stephen Xu. Tyler Jin-Ku Yam. Daniel R. Jonas. Eileen Yang. Edward Yao. Yi Yao Yuan. Jesse Tang Yui. Alexander Zapata. Marley Paige Zellinger. Ryan Joseph Zarega. Mary Zhang. Mason Zhang. Nigel Zhang. David Haotian Zhang. Matthew John Zykowski. Edgar Octavio Loaiza. Jichen Yang.
Congratulations, class of 2019. Congratulations. So this concludes our formal ceremony. Congratulations again. Go Blue Devils. Go.